I had that drumming phase. You remember?
Did you drum?
I didn't actually drum, but I bought a drum set. This was also a manic phase.
She mental practiced on the drums.
I had a vision. I wanted to start a band with Amanda. I bought a drum set on Facebook Marketplace. Never touched it for 2 months. Sold it.
We were going to do drumming and opera. It was going to be pretty new age.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
Welcome to Pelvic POV with your hosts and doctors of physical therapy, Amanda Neary and Hannah Meyer. Hey, pelvic freaks. Welcome back to another episode of Pelvic POV.
We're your freaks for us and we're freaks for your pelvis, baby. You're mad that I didn't fuck it up.
Hannah, we did a take before this and Hannah did the funniest thing during her part of the intro. But we realized that we had the fan on in the background, so we had to restart the whole episode. And now it was correct.
Yeah.
So it's less funny.
This morning's been a little chaotic. First off, it started crazy. I woke up early.
Yeah, she texted me at 7 a.m. and I was like, what's happening?
I woke up at 6:15 on a Saturday.
I went, are you cleaning your room because your mom's coming into town? Like, why are you up this early?
I said, I'm going to the gym.
Proud of you.
I know. So that's why. And then I've just been solving problems left and right.
Big time. I had a freak out. I almost canceled my birthday party because
I solved it.
She solved it. The bar that I love dancing at and the photo booth that I love, we were going to go there after the pregame, and they have a ticketed event on the night of my party that's sold out. So being a dramatic Aries that I am, I was like, I'm just going to cancel everything. And then Hannah was like, oh, we'll figure this out. Let's find another bar. And then we did.
Yeah.
And they have a photo booth.
Mm-hmm. Because in Chicago, this is great that we're talking about bars right now because I want to talk about the bar scene in Chicago.
Okay.
Because we don't want to just go to any club because the club environment is so toxic. And if you know, you know.
Big time.
Right? I just feel like the traditionally like straight clubs where it's like, oh, the women get in for free and the men buy you the drinks, but then the men are just like kind of assholes.
Yeah.
Vibe versus the bars that we go to now. We all just like throw ass and have a great time and like are amping each other up, and it's not toxic, and I'm not like trying to surround myself around like toxic people.
Yeah. It's
so different.
I dated someone who swore they were not a club person, but then their friend group was club people. Mm-hmm. So I ended up at clubs like way more often than I wanted for a couple years there, which was like still not that often, but more often than I would choose to do that. And that's exactly what it was. It was like the richest dude in the group, like, oh, I'll get the table for everyone. And then it's like all about clout. And they're all just, these dudes are sitting there, not talking to each other, not dancing, just like trying to be as cool as possible for like 3 hours. And I'm like, this isn't fun. You're not fun.
Yeah.
But now I just go to like queer dance bars and it's the best experience ever.
And it's so fun. And also there's, the Sluts Party.
Yeah.
That's like a queer centered dance party. Mm-hmm. There's like a Instagram page for it. And like the first thing you see on their Instagram page is a thing for consent. And it's all about like consent with touching and like whatever. And it's a huge for queer dance parties. But for straight clubs, it's like so toxic and scary for women. Yes. And people are coming up to you non-consensually. And then you kind of have to like shove people away, and it just ruins the entire vibe.
Yeah. Even a step further, when I went to Sluts Party at the beginning of March, they have like wristbands when you walk into. You don't have to grab one, but they're different tiers. So one is like, don't flirt with me. One's like open to talking, and one is like open to flirting. And it's like, that's nice too. And everyone just respects the wristband system.
That's awesome.
That's
exactly how it should be.
That's great.
And it takes the stress out of
going
out.
Yeah, if you're going out to meet people, you already know who's open to it. It's like kind of freaking cool.
Yeah. And like, you don't have to worry about people coming up to you if you don't want to be like doing that night.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like the like straight cis clubs that you're describing, they still just center men. It's like this patriarchal, toxic masculinity fucking place. I don't know.
I want to go out and have fun and like throw ass with my friends and like amp each other up, not like try to impress other people.
Totally.
And just stand there. Totally. Anyways, did you know that they're opening up women's only sports bras? Sports bras, sports bars.
Like everywhere, just here.
The bar is called Sports Bra, by the way. That's why I said
Wait, that's awesome.
so. I think it starts in Oregon, obviously. It's the
Oregon?
first women's sports bar called
Okay.
Sports Bra. It's in Oregon. And now they're opening up women's only sports bars like all over the United States.
Women's only, meaning men literally cannot get in.
No, like women's sports is the only thing that's on. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
like, can they
Gotta clarify.
do that?
I got stumbled over my words with bra and bar, and it really like fucked up my whole sentence.
That's kind of cool.
That's cool, right?
That is cool. You reposted something that was funny. It was like, so you want to be in a relationship with women, but you only watch men's sports. You only like idolize men and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, these dudes are wearing like jerseys for other dudes and they won't watch women's sports because they're not sporty enough. I'm like, you don't like women.
Like what?
Grow up.
Exactly. You want to date a woman, but you watch men's sports. You only listen to like Kendrick Lamar and Drake and whoever else. Kendrick Lamar is great. I have been listening to him too. But still, anyways.
We like Kendrick, but that's the point. They will only listen to certain male artists.
Male artists. And like, you think that people that listen to you think women listening to Sabrina Carpenter is basic or Chappell Roan or whatever. And you're like, get good music taste. It's like, this is good music. Yeah. Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
You just don't like girls that much.
Yeah. It's like, maybe you don't like women. Maybe you don't. And you just want one to look at and do stuff for you and take care of you.
What was it? You just want a woman in the house?
You just want someone in the house.
You want like a mother?
Yeah.
Mother. Anyway.
Check yourself.
Check yourself. That took a turn for our banter, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's fun. You might notice that Hannah and I have been squishing these Nidos this whole time, and it's for a good cause. One, we love them. We actually, at the clinic, one of our team members got a version of these one day, and now all of us have different versions of that. I think I have like 3 different versions for different desks that I work at, where like I always have a squish so that I stop ripping my nails off.
It's amazing.
And I think we're gonna get in the break room just like a bin of like textured objects for like whatever texture people are feeling.
We went to the toy store together after work on Friday, and we all got different stress balls.
So cute. Yeah, we have a local toy store and it's really cute and it's right down the street.
Yeah. And it's a small business too. So that's good.
And this also is great for today's episode because what are we talking about, Hannah?
We're talking about stress, guys. We already talked a little bit about environmental stress.
Yeah.
That's kind of a good tie-in. But yeah, we got our stress balls because we're talking about stress today and its implications on pain, specifically pelvic pain, because that's what we do here. But any pain in general, any chronic pain, and how stress can worsen pain. The reason why I was thinking about stress for this episode this week was because I was really stressed. I was listening to Mel Robbins' podcast on stress and anxiety and realized that I didn't know I was stressed out, because I associate stress with stressing out about grad school, stressing out about my exam, and that heightened stress response, but like didn't realize I've been living in like, I don't know, stressful state. And I was talking to my patients a lot about it this week, and almost I don't know what was in the stars this week. What was going on? Something crazy?
Well, it's
Mercury's in retrograde for sure.
Venus and Mercury retrograde are overlapping right now. And it's also eclipse. I think there was an eclipse this week.
Yeah.
The last eclipse of this like retrograde season.
Well, everyone that came into my office today, I swear almost every patient was talking about how stressed they were. And I was like, well, what do you do for stress management? And they were like, nothing. Not really anything. Or they said they exercise. But I'm like, well, do you do anything else other than exercise? Exercise is great for stress relief, but do you have anything else that you like to do outside of work, exercise, eating, and like watching TV and playing on your phone? And most people are going to be like, nah, that's pretty much all I do.
Yeah.
So that's why we wanted to bring this to you today, to talk about why it's important to manage your stress. Yes, important to go to physical therapy and do all the things that we typically talk about. But let's see how changing up your stress management strategies can help with your pain, especially if you have chronic pain.
Also, sidebar, exercise is huge for stress as like a routine over time. But in the acute, like my stress is super high. If part of your stressor is like scheduling stuff, busy work-life balance, things like that, trying to find time to get a workout in simply to reduce stress could be another form of stress. And it's like then your workout becomes something that you have to do for a certain reason, right? So like it's also a hard thing to do in general for a lot of people. So it's the physical effect it has on the body is incredible, but you need other outlets. And I think that's where like Hannah's saying diversify your stress relief outlets is really important because you can't just rely on like one thing. And in my opinion, you should have something that is just like super easy for you to do that also relieves your stress, like squeezing this freaking ball.
Literally.
But we'll give other examples.
Hopefully this isn't too distracting for you guys.
I love this thing.
Yeah, but yeah, like we said, if you don't like exercising, then exercising is going to be a good stress relief for you in the acute phase because you're stressing yourself out to fit your workout in.
Yeah, and we're still PTs. We're going to tell you to exercise. Yeah. We love what exercise
still
does
gotta do it.
for mental and physical health long term, 100%. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we want to give you some examples. So the biggest thing, I think, is hobbies. Hobbies are so important. I'm a psycho and I have so many hobbies.
Same. We're crazy.
Crazy.
I love it.
Everything just interests me.
Should we list some of them? Let's go back and forth and list a hobby.
Juggling.
I just wasn't expecting that one out the gate. It's awesome. Reading.
Crochet.
Pole dancing.
Pole dancing as well.
Singing opera.
What else?
Switch.
Oh, yeah. My Nintendo Switch.
My Nintendo Switch.
Oh, Switch. We're going to talk about our best recommendations for hobbies. So we'll go more in depth with these. Don't worry.
Yeah. And I'm going to add some like cooking, getting morning sunlight, just like things that are in your routine too, you know, stuff like that.
Podcasting. I feel like this is a good hobby. Interviewing.
Yeah. It's pretty much like a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. Yeah. It's affected our voices.
Multiple times. No, that was just something in my throat.
It's okay.
But, you know,
frog in your throat.
I'll just
frog in your throat.
Springtime frog in my throat. Oh man. We're gonna give stress relief options, but we'll talk a little bit about how stress impacts the body as well. So there are multiple studies on this now, and they're pretty comprehensive. Some of these are systematic reviews that just show, you know, what stress is doing to the body. So some examples of this would be like increased cortisol levels and hormonal levels that trigger this basically inflammatory response. So one of these studies says that, you know, women with endometriosis have higher stress levels when they have the presence of their pelvic pain. So there's a positive correlation with increased stress and their symptomatic presentation. So that's just an example from like a pelvic floor standpoint, how we're seeing stress actualize in our patients and how it's impacting their pain from their condition. And then, you know, from the pain is in your brain perspective, if you're thinking about a lot of our breathing techniques that we've talked about and pelvic floor down training, we're often trying to rewire neural pathways to help relax muscles and let your body know you're safe. But if you're in a heightened state of stress or anxiety over a period of time, you're also building neural pathways in that heightened state. So if you're stressed, think about your muscle tension. Like if I'm super stressed while I'm driving and I actually pay attention to what my body's doing, I'm like clenched up like a little clam. If I'm getting road rage internally, you know, I'm not a road rage person. I don't like beep at people, but I will internalize.
I do.
I get so angry in my head and I'm like, my whole body's tense and I'm like lopsided. And I'm like, of course, you're like also rewiring your neural pathways to then be in that state too. So stress can also just trickle down into like muscle tension at the end of the day. And that's what we'll see in our patients when they come in. So,
and then going off of that, let's say you've been in chronic pain and then you have stress because you're in pain, increasing your stress levels. And then your increased stress levels is then causing you more pain, and then it's causing more stress and then more pain, and then you're doing nothing to alleviate that stress. You're only trying to tackle the pain. Maybe you're only going to PT, you're not relieving any of that stress, and you're still not seeing results because that stress is creating more and more pain. People usually tell me when they go on vacation, I just had a patient recently, but I'll have people that will go to Mexico and then they come back and they're like, actually, I went to Mexico and I didn't have any pain while I was on vacation.
All the time.
And I'm like, yeah, how was your stress? And they're like, I was good. I was reading on the beach for 6 days. I got a tan.
Yeah, and they're not getting any more movement than they normally would.
Yeah.
But yeah, no pain.
So if you are a person, you go on vacation and you don't notice your daily pain, aches and pains that you're typically experiencing, we need to look at your stress management for sure. And we know we could sit here and be like, meditate, whatever. Maybe you've heard that 100 times, but it's so hard to meditate for me. So doing things that kind of put me more in that meditative state, I think is really nice. Like crocheting, for example, mindless. Like I'm literally just sitting there, loop after loop, baby. Also, now I have a scarf and I'm not stressed about it. Unless you're Amanda trying to crochet.
I did not find crocheting to be relaxing, and I don't think I'll be doing it again. But the point here is we still see people all the time that say stress levels aren't impacting their pain, or maybe they don't actually believe that these impact their pain. Think about your body. Your body's an entire unit. So like we're focusing on your pelvic floor. We're looking at all your other systems, how they impact each other. Your mental health plays into that too. That's one of the systems we like to look at. So stress, of course, is going to impact your pain and how your body responds to this stuff. So yeah, like Hannah said, some people have a busier mind. I also struggle with meditation. I go through phases with it where I can like maybe first thing in the morning, if I'm still laying in bed, I can like do some like deep rewiring with a meditative sound kind of thing. But like any other time of day, like I'd rather be in like a yoga flow where it's like I'm moving to that kind of music and sound, but my body's doing something. Like I need something a little more mindful. Yeah, there's a million ways we can do this.
Yeah.
Do we have a list we want to go down?
So I want to talk different types of hobbies because I have patients all the time that come in and they're like, I just want a new hobby, but I don't know what to do. So let's give off some examples. So one, we'll talk about creative hobbies, things that you can do with your hands, painting, drawing, which I do like to draw, but I haven't done it in so long.
You are randomly really good at drawing.
I'm so good.
Hannah has this portrait of Mac Miller in her apartment. It's like a chalk pencil drawing. And I was like, where'd you get that? She's like, I made that. And I fully thought she was joking. And I was like, no, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm like really good at drawing. And I went and looked at it. It's insane, guys.
Super realistic looking.
Like, it's really good.
It's one of the best things I've ever drawn. Yeah, I'm really good at drawing. I need to get back in it.
Yeah, you really do. I, for one, do not like the physical visual art skills I don't have, but my creative hobbies are like singing, dancing, and photography. Like I love the creative arts. I would always consider myself to be in them, but not maybe like pottery or something I could get behind, but like anything drawing, not my thing.
I used to play guitar, but then I kind of fell out of it. I had that drumming phase. Remember?
Did you drum?
I didn't actually drum, but I bought a drum set. This was also a manic phase.
She mental practiced on the drums.
I had a vision. I wanted to start a band with Amanda. I bought a drum set on Facebook Marketplace. Never touched it for 2 months. Sold it.
We were going to do drumming and opera. It was going to be pretty new age.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a great stress reliever. Even if you like to writing, that could be good. Writing short stories. Improv, when we did our improv classes, take some improv classes, stand-up comedy classes. That was super fun. Yeah. Not stress relieving for me. It was the most stressful part of my week for me, but for others.
It was stress. Like we had that anxiety going in, but like every time I left class, I did feel less stressed.
Yeah, it did feel good.
I think it helped in that sense.
To focus on something else other than our work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 2, we'll go physical hobbies, sports, working out, exercising, Pilates,
walking.
So for exercising, for me to get to really enjoy exercising and trying to stay consistent with it, I like to do something that I can keep getting better at. So even if you weight lift, if you want to keep increasing your weight, you're trying to hit a goal or trying to hit a what? Run rep.
PR.
Yeah, what's it called? I'm not a weightlifter. I'm trying now. A PR. You're trying to hit a PR. So that's a goal. But if you're not really interested in how much weight you can pick up and put down, maybe it's getting better at a skill. Aerial arts is where I fell into.
I love it.
Love it. They can do pole dancing like me and Amanda. You can do aerial silks. You can do aerial yoga.
Rings. There's so
Rings.
much.
There's so many different things. And you can keep getting better. And there's so many more skills that you can keep progressing at, which keeps you locked into that sport. Even actually doing intramural sports, like volleyball league, sand volleyball league, Chicago summer. And then that's also outside of your work. It's something that you can look forward to. And then it's a team building thing. And it's also stuff that you can do. Should we?
Should we have a volleyball team for the Public Institute?
I want to do a volleyball team so bad.
A work team?
That would be really fun. I haven't played volleyball in a long time.
Yeah, we'll be bad.
I'm good.
I'm getting better every year.
I almost went to college D1 for it.
Did you play in high school?
I didn't do that. I wasn't going to go D1, bro.
Like, excuse me?
That's crazy. I just tried to lie.
Yeah, big time.
Worked a little bit.
I was going to question the hell out of that.
Yeah.
I got to be honest.
Yeah. No, I can hold my own. I can hold my own.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, you could throw a ball up there.
Yeah.
Throw the ball around.
But having an intramural sport, so fun. And then you're just hanging out with your homies.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe we do pickleball because they have the West Loop courts right
Pickleball.
here.
Yes. Let's
And
do
we could
pickleball.
just do that after work one day a week.
Lovely. I really want to get into pickleball this year.
Lovely.
I'm so happy you said that. I have an outfit.
I know. You've talked about this damn outfit. I also have a cute tennis skirt.
I have this cute pickleball set that I bought specifically to get myself to play pickleball. I even texted my boyfriend. I was like, we should do pickleball this summer. And his response was, yeah, then you can wear that cute outfit you bought. I'm like, that's exactly why I want to play.
Love a supportive king.
Dance.
Dance.
You can take a high heels class. High heels dance is in right now. Not even just pole dancing, but just high heels dance. If you like choreography and stuff like that.
Also, if you're like a former ballerina like me, but you don't want to do ballet again, like bar classes are really fun if you're wanting to do a workout that's dance inspired. And just getting into a new type of dance. Like pole has been a godsend for me because I miss dancing so much, but I didn't want to do the dance I had previously done. I was like, I'm not going back to ballet. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's been so fun. I'm learning new skills. It's so hard and challenging and awesome.
And you also can take ballet still as an adult, guys. Just so
Totally.
you know, they still have adult ballet classes. So it's not too late. My friend Laura has been balleting it up.
I mean, ballet is awesome. I loved ballet.
I didn't, but
Yeah, I did it for a long time.
it's yeah, I think I did it too much in my younger years that I expired myself.
Yeah.
Burned myself out.
I kind of liked that.
Expired myself.
Expired. I've expired.
I've expired now.
Why did we get British with that?
Expired from ballet.
I'm expired from ballet. Oh my God. Speaking of fucking British ITV shows.
Question mark?
You know Love Island, right?
Yes, I do.
Hannah, are you familiar with Love Island?
I've heard of it.
Have you seen I Kissed a Girl?
No.
Dog.
Would I like it?
I watched the first episode the other night. It's queer Love Island. Queer women.
Yes.
It's lesbian Love Island.
Oh my God.
And
why has it taken so long to get here?
I don't even know how new, I think it's in the last couple of years this first season came out. They pair up the same way, like, you know, Love Island will like match people before some of the time and they like get paired with them automatically. They do it that way, but they have to kiss before they say anything to each other. So they walk in, they smooch, and then they're paired up in a couple, and then they can start talking. And
That's
then
awesome.
like this, it's like a similar concept to Love Island. They're all dating each other, and then they pair up, and people go home, and people come in. Incredible.
Yep. That's going on the list.
Yeah. So
That's going on the list.
we got to get into that hard.
I will. Don't worry about it. Once I finish Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intellectual hobbies.
Reading.
Which I'm trying my best.
I think you just need to find your genre. And
I
it'll be
will.
fine.
Podcasts.
Puzzles. Puzzles are great. I want to get back into puzzles.
I would love to do a puzzle.
And I would argue that like a solid board game is an intellectual hobby.
So fun. Catan. I haven't lost a game in 7 rounds. I haven't lost Catan in so long.
She did actually beat me. It's annoying.
Yeah.
We'll play again. You'll get got.
Board game nights with your friends.
Yeah, we really got to start doing that.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We're in the wrong for not.
That was
doing
one of
that.
our like goals for 2025 was to do like craft nights and board game nights and stuff, girls' nights.
Yeah, we did one craft night.
So yeah, that's pretty good. One.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't make it out of the group chat.
That's true.
Social hobbies, book club.
I am in 4 of those.
That's crazy. And then at our work meeting, she goes, Should we have a book club for the Public Institute?"
And we're gonna. And here's the thing, I'm gonna be in that one too.
God, I would literally never be able to catch up.
I like having homework, I think.
Yeah.
So book clubs feel fun.
You're a little intellectual hobbier. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A little bit of that.
Social hobbies are just like the intramural sports we just mentioned fall in this category too.
Trivia nights, also an intellectual hobby.
Yeah, they're doing a trivia night on like Wednesday nights now at Bandit, which not usually my favorite, but easy walkable distance to trivia.
That could be fun.
It could be. They have good music sometimes.
Yeah. I'd like a West Loop trivia spot.
Yeah, or bingo. Mm-hmm. I know in Chicago they have bingo in Old Town. What's that place with the pizza? Happy Camper. On Sundays they do bingo.
Oh, I've been to it.
And I've heard it's supposed to be really fun. I've never been.
I've been to bingo at Paradise Park, which is also the same company.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. I don't think I'm a bingo person.
Me neither.
But it is very social and like it's very like performance. Like the bingo person is performing.
That's
so
fun.
that was kind of fun.
That's fun. So those are good.
Those are some options. But if you're like, that sounds stressful, then that's not going to be a good stress relief hobby for you.
Yeah. So then you can move on to one of our next options, mindfulness-based hobbies, journaling, which I fall in and out of a lot.
I try heavy, and then I got into a little bit last year of voice journaling. There's an app you can get that locks, and you record voice memos, and it's your journal.
Nice.
And I was like, that was kind of fun. I
Do
recorded.
you remember what the app's called?
Yeah, and also
You
I
get a
recorded
smoke
one.
on.
I recorded one that was like, I think it's called Day One. Day One.
Okay.
I recorded one that was like, I was drunk and I'm going through a breakup, you know how it goes. And I was like, this is for when I'm feeling down about myself. Like I got hit on by 3 people tonight. And like, it was just me hyping myself up about how good I looked that night. And it was really funny to listen back.
I have a voice memo of me crying in the shower. Like, I've never been in this much pain. I was so sad.
Oh, God.
I'm good now.
Look at us now.
Yeah.
We're doing great.
Mindfulness-based hobbies. I think the Nintendo Switch goes into this category.
Especially the cozy games.
If you guys don't know, Amanda and I Switch. Mm-hmm. We game. And I specifically like cozy games, but I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy recently. I'm not really into Animal Crossing anymore because that man started asking for too much money. Like it costs so much money to progress in that game.
I haven't gotten into the cozy game. Well, I have the cozy games. I like Stardew Valley. I'm really into Zelda right now. So until I like finish Tears of the Kingdom, I don't think I'll be cozy again.
Zelda's good. I like Stardew Valley, but I don't think I'm as big of a farming games girl that I thought I was because I kind of fell out of it pretty quickly. I think I want to but I've heard Cozy Grove is a fun game, so that might be one of my next ones that I try, which is like you take care of spirits on this little island.
Cute. I love that.
Spirit Fair was a good game. That was also a spirit one where you help spirits cross over and you help them accomplish like their final life tasks and then you pass them on. And that one was a good one. There's also novels, like they're like playable novels almost. So there's this one called Coffee Talk where you just play as a barista and you just talk to different people that come in and it takes place in Seattle and it's this fake world where there's like demons and not demons, trolls and different kind of characters that come into your coffee shop and you talk to them about their relationship problems and stuff like that. But it's pretty much just like reading a book, but you make them coffee occasionally. So that's kind of fun. You can just put it on autoplay and just like read it as they keep coming in and out and occasionally make them like a matcha.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. And if you fuck up their coffee order, they're just like, fine, I'll drink it. So it's like super low stress.
I love the cozy games. I got back into gaming after I read Tomorrow because they talk about like video game design in that book because the people in the book are game designers. And I just had a new appreciation for like video games again.
Oh, they're so,
And
the art style is so,
oh, it's so cool.
it puts you into this like meditative state. I swear, it's so nice and calming. I think that's why I like Avatar so much, because the art style of Avatar, The Last Airbender, is so calming for me to watch.
I do. Maybe I will get into it.
It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
It's a really good storyline. And it's really cute. And I just love cute things.
Yeah.
Just really love cute things. So if I find a game on Nintendo Switch that's just freaking cute, I'm going to freaking play it. Frick.
Yeah. Frick.
There's a new game called Hello Kitty Island, I think. And it's kind of like Animal Crossing, but it's Hello Kitty characters.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's really cutesy.
That's adorbs. What else
Next.
for stress relief?
Nature-based hobbies.
Oh, yeah.
Getting out into the wilderness. We're in Chicago. We're in the big concrete. We're in a concrete jungle.
Guys.
Jungle.
Even if you can't get out to the forest preserve,
Parks.
game changer. Get morning sunlight in. You like go, even if it's just 10 minutes. If you don't have a balcony, whatever, just go for a little walk. You can put your headphones on. You can do a hot girl walk. 10 minutes before you like go to work for the day. This could be after your coffee, before your coffee, with your coffee, for coffee. Get it in. I swear it will make a huge difference. And there's so much research on this that we already know about.
You could go hiking. That's a whole thing.
I love hiking.
People like really get into that and love it.
I got into it a
it's
little
great.
too heavy for a minute.
Yeah.
And now I do it in a more chill way.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't mountaineer as much.
I want to do it. I want to like camp.
It's so fun.
I just told Amanda, I was like, maybe for my birthday, I want to take people to the woods.
Yeah, you need to elaborate on that.
I want to take people to the woods. I want it to be really dark. Solid group. I want us all to have our own tents.
You want to go camping?
I want to have our own campsite though.
Yeah.
So we have little tents and we're like a little family little farm.
That's like usually how.
And we have to fish for our food and supplies and we have to get them.
We're playing the Oregon Trail or something.
Yeah, like we have to survive. I want like Survivor or something birthday.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Last week I thought American Pie themed on a boat.
Yeah, those are different themes a
So-
little.
I have time.
I will say I camped a lot, like growing up and in college, and I would still camp if you want to go camping. I like it. I'm a glamping gal at this age. I love
Me too.
a bougie little Airbnb cabin that's already, there's a bed, right? And a shower and a toilet. Love that. And then I love being in nature.
Yeah.
It's my vibe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or even like a bougie tent kind of thing.
Yeah.
That I don't have to set up. But I will camp.
I have some
I'm down.
ideas.
I'm down for camping.
Like murder mystery camping edition.
That would scare the shit out of me. I'm not sleeping in my own tent.
That would be awesome. I would scare
sharing-
myself.
I'm sharing
I'm
a
talking a big game.
I won't sleep
I would be
if
so
I'm
scared. Same. I would be so scared. I would be terrified. I don't even know if I want to.
Someone's gonna get me.
I don't even know if I want to go.
Everyone gets there and you're like, sorry guys, I got too scared. I'm gonna go on a boat with my American Pie outfit.
Which what even is an American Pie outfit?
I don't know.
Nipples
Jean
out, I
shorts
guess.
And swimsuit top.
Anyways,
Anyway,
those are our hobby examples.
if you heard anything we were just talking about and you're like, how is that gonna help my pelvic pain? You know, try it out. And
Okay.
you know what I'm trying to say.
You know, just do it.
Just do it anyway. Whew. Okay. So tell us what works for you. Tell us if we didn't touch on a hobby or stress reliever that has been really beneficial for you.
These are just some examples we wanted to throw out there, and there's so many that we miss, but me and Amanda just have so many hobbies. Like I mentioned, juggling. Sometimes I think it's really cool to get into like a really niche hobby that no one else does.
It just sounds like you really want them to know that you juggle.
So I think like juggling is cool. Or like if someone told me like, yeah, I'm into fencing. That's so fucking cool.
That's cool. Wait, I want to get into juggling, I think.
You can do it. Just get some balls.
Should I get balls with break room?
Juggling balls? Yeah. I mean, I can break mine.
No, keep them at home.
I
Well, you
have
have to
two
bring them
sets.
to my
I have
birthday.
two sets.
I need you to juggle at my birthday.
Okay.
Just for a minute.
I feel like I'm really amping myself up, but I'm not that great.
You're going to be better than anyone there.
I can just do it.
Yeah, that's better than what anyone else can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think niche hobbies are really fun.
Yeah.
What's a good niche hobby that you like?
Opera singing.
That is super niche, dude.
I don't think many people do that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what a fun one for me is? I started doing this year. So if you're like, wait, I never got this from you, don't worry, it's coming. I take photo booth photos with all my friends. This is why the photo booth is integral to my birthday party. And I turn them into bookmarks.
I don't know if they know, but we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about
Do they know that we talked about the photo booth?
Oh, we had to find a bar that had a photo booth because the original bar had a photo booth.
Yes.
I'm really a photo booth person. I went to Beauty Bar once and I just kept swiping my card. I think I spent like $40 on the photo booth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I will have photo booth strips with my friends and then I laminate them and I turn them into custom bookmarks for my friends.
That's good.
And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Or your friend Sarah that does the
She does bookbinding.
bookbinding.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Spine and Wine on Instagram. She's really good.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome. I love how if I need something, I know a creative person in my life that probably does it. Like I love that all my friends do different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
Sewing, making your guys, there's so many things that we've missed.
Yeah.
Anyways, we won't go into it, but we'll list them on our Instagram page and make a little post.
Get some hobbies. We'll get some answers from you guys on Instagram.
Yeah.
Make sure you're following us at Pelvic POV, where you can answer that poll that we post, and you can submit any questions or comments at the link in our bio.
And leave us a review, guys. 5 stars if you wish.
Please.
Please leave us a review. Leave us a review. Sorry for that.
We had to do that.
Actually, we're not sorry. Yeah. Please leave us a review, guys. We just need it.
All right. Bye, Pelvic Freaks.
Bye, Pelvic Freaks.